Welcome to This Week in Astrology. This is episode number 637 for November 1 through 15, 2023. A big change now. New moon in Scorpio highlights the first half of November. We also have an impactful Sun-Mars-Ceres Triple Conjunction, which becomes part of a potent cradle with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. We also have Saturn turning direct, a Jupiter-Neptune semisquare, a Mars-Uranus opposition, and much more. Before I go any further, I want to quickly give you a heads up that I will be taking a price increase on 11/11. This will impact my astrology readings, shamanic healing sessions, life coaching, and my Awakening Plus membership. But there is a way you can keep benefiting from my offerings at my current rates. Click the link in the show notes to find out how. But remember that my prices go up on 11/11, that's Saturday, November 11, so don't delay. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm your host, Benjamin Bernstein. I record these forecasts as an audio podcast and a video, so take your pick. The video version includes detailed chart graphics, which you can also see in my written forecasts at astroshaman.com. Be sure to subscribe to This Week in Astrology in your preferred app. And if you haven't already, be sure to click the link in the show notes for 2 chances to win a free Astrology Plus session with me each month. As of November 1st, the moon is waning. 5 slower planets are retrograde. There are 2 continuing aspect patterns. See details and links to all this in the show notes. Our first event happens on multiple days. Something is happening in November that is too complex and far-ranging to be pinned down to a single day, so I'm going to interpret it here as we start this forecast. For starters, we have a triple conjunction of the Sun, Mars, and Ceres. It lasts more than a month, and all 3 planets change signs before it's done. Not only that, these 3 planets form cradle aspect patterns with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Let me break this down piece by piece so it's easy to understand. The Sun, Mars, and Ceres form a triple conjunction for more than a month. It starts on November 3rd, peaks on the 20th, and ends on December 7th. In any aspect pattern, the planet with the most specific meaning usually becomes the focal point. In this case, it's Ceres. Since she's the grain goddess, she represents harvest and abundance, and both the Sun and Mars boost her with their light and vitality. So far, so good. But Ceres, also known as Demeter, also has a more challenging side. In a well-known myth, Pluto abducts Ceres' beloved daughter Persephone down to his underworld home to become queen. Because of this shocking loss, Ceres mourns inconsolably. She's so lost in sorrow that she neglects her duties as the grain goddess. This creates a serious problem because nothing on Earth can grow without her support. All life is threatened. Fortunately, the gods and goddesses are able to work out a solution. Ceres gets Persephone back for half the year, creating spring and summer. But Persephone must return to Pluto in the underworld for the other 6 months, creating fall and winter. Because of this, Ceres also represents trauma healing. During this triple conjunction, you might experience something that triggers an old psychological wound. Healing old emotional wounds is called shadow work. Most people have not yet learned how to do this effectively. So, when old traumas get triggered, they might numb or distract themselves. In my experience, even people who are doing shadow work the best they know how are not using methods that result in a complete and final healing. So, if you get triggered during this triple conjunction, you might want to try my free healing invocation. It delegates the healing to your higher self, which can do it far more quickly and effectively than any human working without divine assistance. All you have to do is say 7 words, then passively witness your higher self work its healing magic. I know this sounds too good to be true, but I have facilitated this technique with thousands of people for over 12 years, and it works just about every time. So I encourage you to suspend your disbelief and give it a try. There's a link in the show notes. And if you're on video, you can see I've put up a little banner at the top. That is the top of my website. And if you click the word up there that says Instant Divine Assistance, it'll let you sign up for my free course where you can learn how to do not only the healing invocation, but the invocation for embodied awakening and weave it all into a wonderful daily practice that might just blow you away with how well it works for you. All right, continuing on. Signs. The Sun, Mars, and Ceres are all in Scorpio as their triple conjunction starts on November 3rd, and they're still in Scorpio as this aspect pattern peaks on November 20th. Scorpio rules psychology and personal transformation, so this placement further empowers the shadow work energies I just described. Scorpio also rules wealth and power, so this sign placement also boosts this triple conjunction's abundance potentials. These three planets shift into Sagittarius over 4 days. The Sun makes its move on November 22nd, Mars on the 24th, and Ceres on the 25th. Sagittarius rules expansion, hope, and joy. If you're focusing on the Ceres themes, enhanced abundance can be easier to initiate or manifest. If you're doing shadow work, you can accomplish it more easily. You can enjoy similar empowerment if you focus on the fundamental themes of Mars, acting as a warrior, pioneer, entrepreneur, or sexual being. Now, at last, we're ready to add in the cradle I mentioned earlier. At the most basic level, this harmonious aspect pattern supercharges the Sun, Mars, and Ceres with the divine power of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Pluto has the same meanings as Scorpio, so it's supporting your shadow work and boosting your ability to gain wealth and power. Neptune rules spiritual awakening, making it easier for you to maintain embodied awakening as you do all this. This will make everything you do much easier and ensure that you receive more divine inspiration to guide you. Uranus can help you do all this in a way that's authentic to your true self. He can also pop down intuitive hits to light your way. The cradle with all 6 planets starts on November 12th, peaks on the 15th, and ends on the 22nd. I have spent so much time on this triple conjunction and the cradle it's part of because it offers tremendous opportunities, especially for abundance and shadow work. I sincerely hope you take advantage of them. Next, on Friday, November 3rd, a triple conjunction begins. That triple conjunction of the Sun, Mars, and Ceres I just interpreted begins today on November 3rd, peaks on the 20th, and ends on December 7th. And of course, I just told you all about it. Also on Friday, November 3rd, relationships, creativity, and finance are supported by a kite that includes Venus and the 3 outer planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. This harmonious aspect pattern started on October 27th, peaks today on November 3rd, and ends on November 9th. With Venus in Virgo, you can scrutinize these areas in your life and take them to the next level. This placement is also good for relationship healing and serving others. Also, on Friday, November 3rd, a Yod featuring Pallas Athena started on October 28th, peaks today on the 3rd, and ends on November 10th. Pallas is at the tip of this narrow triangle, while Uranus and Neptune hold down the back end. This finger of God aspect pattern empowers your feminine assertiveness. It also makes it easier for you to engage in skillful strategy, negotiation, and mediation. Uranus and Neptune encourage you to follow your intuition and try unconventional approaches. Finally, on Friday, November 3rd, you can enjoy more inspired creativity as Venus opposes Neptune. Venus, 25 Virgo, Neptune, 25 Pisces. This aspect can also help you connect more deeply with the divinity inside you and in everything around you. Venus's placement in Virgo can also help you serve others with your divine gifts and fine-tune your creative projects. Finally, we move on to another day. Saturday, November 4th, Saturn turns direct at 3:03 a.m. EDT. That's at 0 degrees, 30 minutes Pisces. The Time Lord turned retrograde 4.5 months ago on June 17th. That was at around 7 degrees Pisces. This is a great time to enhance Saturn's positive qualities in your life. Do you manage your time well? Are you acting maturely and responsibly? Can you plan the work and work the plan? What about Saturn's dark side? Are you working so hard that you're neglecting your family or personal life? Is excessive ambition causing you to close your heart or be cold and ruthless? Saturn's retrograde was entirely within Pisces, where he'll remain through mid-2025. This placement can help you make better use of the law of attraction and deepen your embodied awakening. I'll have a link to law of attraction in the show notes, as well as a link to embodied awakening. That's an invocation that can help you merge with your higher self quickly and easily. Saturn in Pisces also supports conscious dissolution, which can help you clear things from your life that have outlived their usefulness. Saturn is one of my most helpful astrological allies. I encourage you to also develop a great relationship with this supremely helpful planet. Also, on Saturday, November 4th, get ready for flashes of brilliance as Mercury, human mind, opposes Uranus, divine mind. Mercury is around 21 Scorpio, Uranus around 21 Taurus. Intuitive hits come easier when these two planets connect. This is also a great time for learning, writing, and communication. Mercury's placement in Scorpio also empowers research, investigation, and detective work. On Sunday, November 5th, when can a minor hard aspect have a major upside? When it connects Jupiter and Neptune. I'll tell you its meaning in a moment. First, let's discuss the timing. Today's Jupiter-Neptune semi-square, Jupiter 10 Taurus, Neptune 25 Pisces, has been in orb, which means close enough to be felt, since June 27th. Today, November 5th, is their second exact semi-square, following their first on July 22nd. The orb of this semi-square will last through December 16th. After a short break, Jupiter and Neptune will come back into orb in 2024 on January 3rd. They'll make a final exact semi-square on March 3rd before completing this aspect on March 29th, 9 months after they first connected. Jupiter amplifies whatever it touches, so you can use it to boost Neptune's life-affirming qualities. These include deeper spiritual awakening, receiving more inspired creativity, operating in flow state more consistently, and enjoying more vivid and meaningful dreams. Take care that Jupiter doesn't amplify Neptune's lower expressions. These include substance abuse, addiction, excessive escapism, aimless drifting, and playing the victim. What if we think of Neptune influencing Jupiter? Neptune can add divine inspiration and flow state experiences in these areas: higher education, acting as a professor, philosopher, guru, or other wisdom giver, foreign travel and influences, religion, philosophy, and the meaning of life, quests and adventures, celebration, euphoria, and enthusiasm. Be careful not to put too many irons in the fire or succumb to street corner preacher syndrome. You can benefit from even more life-affirming opportunities thanks to these planet sign placements. Jupiter is in Taurus and Neptune is in Pisces. This auspicious mix of signs and planets can empower law of attraction manifestation. Neptune and Pisces excel at visualizing, while Jupiter expands Taurus's power to ground ideas into physical reality. These planets and signs also support embodied awakening. Neptune and Pisces support spiritual awakening, while Jupiter and Taurus want to amplify this euphoric consciousness and make it consistent in your everyday life. As I mentioned already, my free embodied awakening invocation has helped thousands do this with surprising ease and speed. I'll be back with the rest of the forecast, including an in-depth look at that potent new moon in Scorpio, right after this message. I'll present my annual astrology forecast lecture live on Zoom on Friday, December 1st at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. That's EST. 2024, The Plot Thickens, is presented by the Asheville Friends of Astrology. This year's astrology highlights are continuing developments. Big Change Now is more fully empowered as Pluto locks into Aquarius for almost 20 years. This decade's most important astrology event, a harmonious mini grand trine created by the three outer planets, keeps getting stronger. The U.S. enters the final year of its tumultuous Pluto return. Other important continuing stories include Saturn in Pisces and the lunar nodes in Aries and Libra. There are also new developments involving Jupiter. He enters Gemini, conjoins Uranus, and aspects every other slower planet. Jupiter also fires up the outer planet mini-grand trine for nearly 2 months. Join us to learn about the coming year's cosmic weather. Discover how you can partner with the planets to create the best possible life for you and those you love. I have so much helpful information to share with you about 2024. I hope you can join us on December 1st. Attendance requires a minimum donation of $5. You'll get the Zoom info by email immediately after you make your donation. Click the link in the show notes to register. Back to the forecast. On Saturday, November 11, a potent Mars-Uranus opposition, Mars 21 Scorpio, Uranus 21 Taurus, should be used with great mindfulness. On the challenging side, this aspect can be chaotic and destabilizing. Unstable leaders are more likely to do crazy things. Mars' warlike tendencies can strike violently and unexpectedly. Steer clear of dangerous people and situations as much as possible. On the high side, this aspect can energize you to act immediately on your intuitive hits. You can take ingenious, inspired action as a warrior, pioneer, sexual being, or entrepreneur, and you can boldly show the world your truest self. Finally, Mars is especially powerful in Scorpio, a sign that he rules. You can embrace Scorpio's potentials by diving into personal transformation, including effective shadow work to heal old traumas once and for all. You can deepen your immersion into the occult arts, cultivate the soul-deep ecstasy of sacred sex, or take steps to increase your wealth or power. On Sunday, November 12th, that Cradle I interpreted earlier, featuring the Sun-Mars-Ceres Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, begins today, November 12th, peaks on the 15th, and ends on the 23rd. Also, on Sunday, November 12th, creative writing gets a special boost from a Finger of God featuring Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter. This aspect pattern, also called a Yod, starts today on the 12th, peaks on November 16, and ends on the 19th. Mercury represents writing, while Venus and her placement in Libra represent creativity. Jupiter amplifies the other two planets. Getting your message out into the world is also supported since Mercury is in Sagittarius and Jupiter is at the tip of the Yod. Both Sagittarius and Jupiter empower publication. Finally, you can use this aspect pattern to juice up harmonious one-on-one communication. On Monday, November 13th, one of 2023's most potent lunations lines up at 4:27 a.m. EST around 21 Scorpio. What do you get with a Scorpio new moon tightly conjunct Mars, with all three tightly opposing mighty Uranus? Big change now. Let's start with the basics. Any Scorpio new moon is great for new beginnings of any kind, but you can enjoy extra energy in these areas. Transformation, including emotional or shamanic death and rebirth processes. This is a great time for healing old traumas, which of course you can do with the healing invocation I've been mentioning. Enhancing wealth and power. Wealth can be anything you value. Those walking the high road will want to use power in a way that benefits everyone. Sex, which can include soul-blended tantric or sacred eroticism. The occult, which can include the high vibration practice of subtle arts such as astrology, tarot, and energy healing, as well as mediumship and psychic talents. Aspects. Any Scorpio new moon is powerful unto itself, but this one is dramatically more potent because of its aspects. As I've already mentioned, this lunation's biggest power-ups are its Mars conjunction and Uranus opposition. Mars is tightly conjunct the luminaries with an orb or exactness of less than 2 degrees. Mars is also in Scorpio, one of 2 signs that it rules. This places it in dignity, a planet's most powerful sign placement. One of Mars' planetary meanings is the same as a new moon's, new beginnings. This gives extra potency to your new moon initiatives. Since Mars' planetary meanings also include being a warrior or entrepreneur, your effectiveness in these areas is also boosted. Mars also reinforces the Scorpio theme of sexuality. The opposition between Uranus and the luminaries is this new moon's tightest major aspect. Its orb is less than half a degree. Uranus invites you to include these 3 themes in your new moon aspirations. 1. Internally embrace whatever's special about you, however radical it may be. Then share it with the world to help others to the greatest extent that serves highest good. 2. Follow your intuitive hits. These come direct from your higher self, which can see your ideal future path far better than your ego. You'll never go wrong following these gut feelings that you know in your bones. 3. Serve others using your special talents you most love to use. What happens when you combine the energy of Uranus with all this Scorpio energy? Big change now. Scorpio energizes profound transformation, and Uranus can bring it about with the speed of a lightning strike. Even if it takes a bit longer, this new moon is ideal for boldly stepping forward on your soul-aligned path. If you've been contemplating a big move, even a radical one, Seriously consider if you should do it now. Such great power can also be volatile or dangerous. Dark expressions of these energies could include violence, sexual abuse, or sudden explosions of rage. Steer clear of dangerous people and situations as much as you can. Other major aspects. Ceres is part of a quadruple conjunction with Mars and the luminaries. Its conjunction to the Sun and Moon is fairly strong, with an orb of about 4 degrees. You can focus on 2 themes that Ceres shares with Scorpio. One is healing old traumas. The other, since she's the grain goddess associated with harvest and abundance, is enhanced abundance. This new moon's other major aspect is a moderately strong Neptune trine. This smooth aspect can make it easier for you to deepen your spiritual awakening, receive inspired creativity, and operate in the zone more consistently. It's also great for conscious dreaming and dream interpretation. This new moon also has 2 minor aspects. An extremely tight Venus semi-square can support your relationships, creativity, and finances. If challenge arises in any of these areas, look for creative solutions to improve the situation. This new moon's final aspect is a Vesta sesquare. Are you selflessly supporting any worthy causes? If so, is it time to give them additional support or perhaps get involved with a new one? Sabian symbol. This new moon's Sabian symbol is obeying his conscience. A soldier resists orders. This symbol is easy to interpret. It encourages you to follow your inner guidance when it conflicts with outer authority. This symbol dovetails with this new moon's aspects to the 2 planets of inner guidance. Uranus sends occasional intuitive hits, while Neptune can provide a continuous flow of divine direction. Either planet can show you the best course of action. The deeper your spiritual awakening becomes, the more easily you'll receive an automatic flow of inner guidance. You'll become less concerned about what others want you to do and will comfortably step into your power as an authority unto yourself. On November 13 and 14, that's a Monday and Tuesday, selfless service to a worthy cause is empowered by 4 Vesta aspects in 2 days. I would not have included any of these aspects on their own, but the sheer number of them got my attention. Are you happy with the worthy causes you're supporting? Are there any that need to be dropped or added? Is it time to adjust how you're interacting with any of them? These are good questions to ponder while these Vesta aspects are happening. If you want details on the particular aspects, you can see my written forecast. On Wednesday, November 15th, that Cradle featuring the Sun, Mars, Ceres, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. It began on the 12th, peaks today on November 15, and ends on the 23rd. Also, on Wednesday, November 15, you can empower your feminine assertiveness and strategic planning as Pluto squares Pallas Athena. Pluto, 28 Capricorn, Pallas, 28 Libra. This aspect also empowers your potential as a win-win mediator or negotiator. Also, I am delighted that my book has returned to the #1 spot in Amazon's New Age Mysticism category more than a year after publication. And it's one of the top 10 bestsellers in the New Age Mental and Spiritual Healing category and the Spiritual Growth Self-Help category. Why does my book keep selling so well? Because it shows how easy it can be to experience spiritual awakening within seconds just by requesting it from your higher self, quickly and permanently heal a serious challenge, even one that's caused you years of physical, emotional, or mental suffering, by delegating the work to your inner healer. Call in any kind of energy you want, anytime you want it. Heal and bless others simply by calling it in and being a hollow reed. You can thrive in a new normal of harmonious living, enhanced intuition, joyous fulfillment of your responsibilities, and bliss. You can do all this and more with the instant divine assistance invocations. This book gives you everything you need to master them. Plus, you get free access to guided recordings and other valuable online support that will speed up your personal evolution. For over 12 years, the IDA invocations have dramatically improved thousands of people's lives. Isn't it time you also experienced how quick and easy spiritual awakening, healing, and so much more can be? The book is called Instant Divine Assistance, Your Complete Guide to Fast and Easy Spiritual Awakening, Healing, and More. It's now available as an audiobook narrated by yours truly, and it's available as an ebook, paperback, and hardcover starting at $3.99 and included with Kindle Unlimited. Click the link in the show notes to check it out. Also, learn fast and easy tools for awakening, healing, and more, gain wisdom from enlightening guests, and enjoy mind-bending ayahuasca stories. It's all on my Awaken, Heal, and Thrive podcast. New episodes drop around the 9th and 23rd of each month. Check out the latest episode called What Is Mine to Do? Click the link in the show notes, search for Awaken, Heal, and Thrive wherever you get audio or video podcasts. And my Awakening Plus online membership supports your individual healing and awakening and global spiritual awakening and lets you make meaningful connections with like-minded spiritual seekers. Hundreds of satisfied members make up our supportive online community. Awakening Plus members can choose from about a dozen monthly Zoom calls. We also have a constantly growing archive of over 600 life-transforming events supported by an easy-to-use best-of guide. Not only that, there are 3 major courses so far and plenty of other benefits to help speed up your personal evolution. Click the link in the show notes to learn more or go to awakeningplus.com. That's awakeningplus.com. Thanks for being here. Once again, I'm Benjamin Bernstein with astroshaman.com. I can serve you with astrology readings, shamanic healing, and one-of-a-kind life coaching. All my one-on-one services are equally effective in person or long distance. And as a reminder, my rates go up on 11/11. That's November 11th. And if you want to learn how to beat that price increase, again, click the link in the show notes before November 11 to learn how to do that. I also offer an unbeatable price on SolarFire, the #1 astrology software for Windows. And as I mentioned, I run the Awakening Plus online membership for spiritual support. And again, that's going up too. And you'll want to join Awakening Plus before 11/11 if you want to enjoy that monthly rate at a little bit lower rate. You can learn more about all this and more at astroshaman.com. Please reach out if you have any questions. My email is benjamin@astroshaman.com, and my number for voice and text is 828-338-9852. I'd love to connect with you. We're wrapping up. Please leave me a 5-star rating, review, or comment wherever you're getting this episode so that others who also love astrology and spirituality can find it. And be sure to check out my Instant Divine Assistance book and audiobook and my Awaken, Heal, and Thrive podcast. Thanks again for spending this time with me. I wish you infinite blessings as the stars light your way.